Hi, it's Ursula from ursula-smith.com, and I am back with another Wigs with Bangs. So this one I mentioned in a different video. This is my, oh my God, luxurious hair. It's called Spyhouse by Belletress in the color Chrome. And before I cut the bang, I just kind of wanted to show you sort of what I look for. I've been doing this a long time now, probably years, cutting bangs into my wigs. But if you're new to it, one of the things that I look for is, at least when I was starting out, was straighter styles, or like this one is a wavy. So I love wavy hair because now my hair is wavy, but I grew up and it was always straight, straight, straight. And so this one, see how the waves don't start until down here. So when you take the wig out and you plop it on your head, if the hair tends to fall on your face, that's a great wig if you're going to cut a bang into it. So in this case, I, took it out, and it kind of had a droopy, it has the little bit of that alley-oop where, they've kind of steamed in the parts, which I can't stand, but I know most people are fine with it because most people wear their hair off their face. But this one, it fell much easier. So I'm going to have to work a little bit to get this part to kind of come over here. And that's when I use the heated brush. The other thing that I've been doing recently with the heated brush is I just wet my finger and then wet the wig and then use the brush. Now, Belletresses are heat friendly, so I wouldn't, if you're first starting out, I wouldn't try this unless it was heat friendly. But then what I do is I pull down the amount of hair that I think I want, and then I just kind of play with it to see, is that too much? Is that too little? Now this is probably a little bit too much. And then I kind of clip it and then kind of play around with it to try to decide, okay, do I like this wig with the bang? Because sometimes the wigs don't look that great with the bang. And again, it's a lot of hair for somebody my age, but hey, what the heck? If I feel like being luxurious that day, I could go for it. And then, like I said, I feel like once the ends get frayed, this would be beautiful, even with some of it hacked off. So I will be back once I've cut the bangs so you can kind of see the end result. The other thing I will mention is this reminds me of a better version, if they still sell it. There was a Hair You Wear, the letter U Wear brand that had a wig called Whiteout, and it's very white with a very dark root, but it had a little bit of blonde in it, and that was kind of the first wig that I started wearing. Oh, the hair's getting in my mouth. That I started wearing that was white or gray. That one's dirt cheap, and it's kind of the same style. So what I do with that one, again, it doesn't have the monofilament. It's not hand tie. I kid you not, it's dirt cheap. It's like $100. But that one, if you want to experiment, is a great wig to try. Cut a bang, super easy. And then what I typically do with that, I either wear it up or I wear it in a low ponytail. I'll braid it. That thing wears like iron. It does now, I've been wearing it probably for three years or so. I actually have two of them. One now that I wear long, and my older one I cut. And that one I cut by myself. It's kind of crazy, but it's not it's not like, $300 wig where if you make a mistake, you're ready to, have a conniption. So, if you like this hair and you're new to cutting bangs, you might want to look for that one as your test case. So anyway, I will go off and cut my bangs, and when it's done, I will be back. So I can't cut this on camera just because the place I would normally do it doesn't have the greatest lighting, but I did want to show you. So once I've determined, okay, this is the hair I want to cut, I usually twist it, and then I'll just cut straight across somewhere around the bridge of my nose. And what that does is, and there are other videos on, you know, actually doing the cutting. I think Patty's Pearls might have one. What that does is it gives more of a, almost like a U cut to it. And so then I'll have some that are longer, and then the ones in the middle, I can just kind of chip away at to get it to where the level where I like it. So I did want to show you that. And then the other thing I wanted to show you was when I talk about the heated brush, this is what I mean. So there's buttons to turn it on, and then there's temperature settings. I normally do it on a Belletress around 280 when I'm first starting. And then I'll lower it down to like 220 as it goes along. And then, like I said, I normally put a little bit of water. And again, these are heat friendly, not just plain synthetic. Synthetic, you gotta be a lot more careful with. So I would not suggest you do it unless it's a cheap wig. And if you wreck it, you can toss it, or you're very, very experienced. So, and probably none of this should you do if you're not experienced, but what you have to start somewhere. So anyway, if you can find a cheap wig on clearance or whatever, that's probably the best place to start. So anyway, I'm going to go off and cut, and when I'm done, I will be back. Hi, I'm back, and oh my God, it was super easy to cut this bang. So basically, like I said, I did the twist. So you can see it's a little bit longer on this on the sides. And then I just kind of went in, and some people chip this way. I find it's easier for me to cut and just kind of cut like and move the scissors up almost like I'm shaving it a little bit. But then it was like literally one pass with that heat brush I showed you, and my bangs were straight. And there's still plenty of hair left. So yeah, so I'm glad I kept this wig. It's very, like I said, it's very luxurious. I would love to actually have my hair this way, but even when I was young, my hair would never do this. It would never hold a curl. It would never, I didn't have any body to my hair. So, you know, again, I feel like it would do well as an updo, you know, or a low ponytail, that sort of thing, clip up. Again, because of the color, I would take the dark eyeshadow or hair powder and just touch up my hair so that it would blend in a little bit better. So it's still a pretty a pretty thin bang. I could maybe pull a bit more, but you don't want your bang like way up here. So I probably just leave it the way it is, and then just do a little more so that it's not curving, and it will come down straight. So anyway, this is Spyhouse by Belletress, heat friendly, in the color chrome with bangs. Thanks for joining me, and we'll see you next time. Oh, and not hang tied, just normal. So thanks again. See you next time.